Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to this absolutely fabulous episode number 2 of Fabulous at 4, which celebrates people who are fabulous at their craft, people who are extremely genuine, people extremely passionate, people who are extremely determined to make it to the tops. Their story of grit and determination is there for you to see. But here on my show, it's all about light-hearted chat. It's all about light-hearted conversations where we're going to get to know about the different sides to their personalities, about different things they do, apart from, of course, doing what they do with their craft. So that is the kind of show that we bring to you at Fabulous at 4, and it's a big thanks to my team at Emaginations Inc., to my team at RB, and to also this lovely team, Exor Digital, who are the people behind all the analytics and digital marketing and so on, for the one and the only Rohan Bopanna. Rohan Bopanna, it is joining us live. Hello, Rohan. How are you doing?
Hi, Riyad. Thank you so much. I mean, lovely to be on your show. I mean, really, really happy to be talking to you today. Really, and I think it'd be a good chat with you, especially. I love the energy you bring in, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure, Rohan. You know what? Today, normally at another episode, I would be dressed formal. Today, I took the liberty to wear a sweatshirt because it's a sports guy seated in front of me, and I wanted to get into the mood of being cool and all of that, because sports guys are really cool people, right? And you defined the very epitome of being a really cool sports guy. Okay, so
Thank you so much.
These initials,
I like that. I think it's great detailing. Great detailing to the sweatshirt. I think it's damn cool. Love what you have done there. Fantastic. And maybe I'll take it from you, since RB, works for me too.
Exactly my point, which is the reason I wore this more so, because RB to RB, and this RB is where my heart is right now. So from my heart, there's a lot of love going out to another RB, Rohan Bopanna there, and I wish you great love and
great so much.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Okay, guys, without further ado, let's deep dive into questions that are going to make us all feel good, perhaps. But I'm going to start with Rohan. What were you like in your school days? Were you good at academics? Were you always a sports kid, or what was your childhood like?
I was very, very good at different kinds of sports. I kept telling my parents that I wanted to play more sports, but they said, no, you need to attend classes, you need to go to school. But I think finally they realized, I think this guy, is better off in sports. And then finally they said, okay, let me put him to tennis. But before tennis actually came, I did play various other sports in school, because the school here in Kur did not have a tennis court. So hence tennis actually was a sport I picked up much later than, I played cricket, football, field hockey, everything before tennis I picked up.
But did you always want to be a tennis star?
I think once I picked it up, yes, I loved the game from the day one itself. I think it was just because, I was out there playing. It was an outdoor sport. I loved being outdoors, as a kid. So when my dad took me to the tennis court, he says that I showed a lot of energy on the court. And just wanting to play more and more. So, that encouraged him to, put me into the sport and push me through the sport.
Okay, guys, you know what, Rohan? Rohan is right now in Coorg as we speak at his farm. Okay, and so the internet connectivity may not be that smooth. So bear with us and keep staying with us through the end of the show, because there's a lot of fun that we're going to have. But tell me this, okay, Rohan, especially Bollywood actors, okay, when they become superstars, they want to become superstars because there's a lot of money they can make at the end, right? So they get paid apart from being featured in ads. They get featured for attending people's weddings. They get featured to attend people's birthday parties, inaugurations, brand launches, and in some cases, people also get paid to attend funerals. Okay, so is that why you also wanted to become a superstar in tennis?
No, I think the sport I am playing today has got me to where I am. It's a love for the sport, and this is where I started. So I want to stay the same way on how I actually started this journey, and not really try and change or be different from where I want to be, or want to be known as. I want to be the day of the first I picked up a tennis racket to even today able to go out and speak to anybody, happy, with the way I am. And that's always been my motto.
Okay, great. Okay, and now tell me this, Rohan. What was your first reaction when you heard that you were selected to be conferred upon the honor of Arjuna Award? Right. So, what was your first thought that went on your mind when you got to hear about the news that you were selected to be conferred with the honor?
It is obviously a huge and a fantastic feeling as an athlete. I mean, to recognize, in the entire nation that, obviously your achievements you have done in your sport, you have done something good to have been recognized, by the country, and, whoever is there making sure your efforts are not, that nobody has noticed it. They have made sure that everyone is watching. And then to once when I heard it and with my family, and I was there, it was an overwhelming feeling for me, and I was really, really happy to have received the award.
Were you nervous in that room where before somebody was going to give the honor? I think it was the Minister of Sports, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, who actually was giving you the honor at that time. Were you nervous in the room when you were waiting for them to enter the room and give the award?
Actually, no, I wasn't, nervous at all, to be honest. But what made it much better was the sports minister, Kiran Rijiju, made us so comfortable, in the room. He came out there and he spoke so much about the development of the sport, or, what sport really requires. And, the opportunity of being in the room with him for almost half an hour, getting to know, how much the government also is helping sport, and the sport is, slowly in India, sportsmen are getting recognized more and more, which is a wonderful feeling to listen to him. And also he heard a lot of inputs, for whatever I tried to say and tell him. He took a lot of feedback from that. And it was, I thought it was a great experience, for me to have been there and received the award from him. It was such a big honor for me, and, also spend that time with him.
Fantastic. Now tell me this, okay? I'm sure all of this has not come that easy for you. I mean, there's so many years of toil, there's so many years of hard work that got you to win the award. But I remember one specific match of yours, okay? I think it was 2003 or 2004, if I'm right. It was a match with you and Roger Federer, and you gave Roger a run for his money in the first set. You almost won the set. You got it to a tie close with you finishing 6-7 for the first set. What did you tell yourself before that match, before walking into that court? What did you tell yourself?
There, Riaz, I was nervous. I will honestly tell you, it was definitely very, very nervous. I came from qualifying, and then when the lots came out, actually I hadn't seen the draw, and one of my friends who were there, he said, "Oh, you drew to play Roger Federer." And at the same time, I still feel the goosebumps just thinking about it, because at that point of time, you do want to be playing the best in the world, who somebody like Roger Federer, but at the same time nervous. And when the draw comes out, it comes out on Saturday evening, and the match was only on Monday, so you would have almost a day and a half to really think over it. I don't think I slept that first night, but even till I walked onto the court. And you walk into this big center court, a lot of people obviously cheering against you. But, once I hit that first tennis ball, everything got back very familiar stage. I was back into where I'm used to, comfortable with. And then that actually helped. And winning the first game helped me actually play a lot closer in that first set. And, once Roger won that first set, he was much more in a better group to play, and he won the second set 6-2. But it was a fantastic experience. It was in the year 2006. So yeah,
2000. Okay, so I was a little earlier, but 2006. Okay, I tell you this. Okay,
yeah.
It was not just your heart; it was the heart of a billion people that was beating together while watching you play live against Roger Federer, who was much higher in the seed, much higher in the ranking. Okay, and as much as you were nervous, I think all of us were nervous as well, right? Because Roger would have thought, here's a little guy coming from India, a lesser known country, especially for tennis. What worse can he do to me? Or maybe he's taking you seriously. I don't know what his mental state was, but definitely for us it was fearsome. It must have been frightening for Roger for sure when he saw you play the level of tennis that you played. So good with that. But in matches, in crucial matches especially.
But I think Riaz Roger as a person also, I think he has tremendous respect for all the players at whatever level they are. So I think when he comes out on court, he makes sure he knows he has to play at his game at his highest level. Otherwise, there's always somebody, when you're ranked number one in the world, they are always gunning for you.
Okay, but you know what? On a lighter note, okay, what do you tell each other once the match is over at the nets and you shake hands? Do you tell तुझे फिर से देख लूँगा? Do you say something like that, or do you say दोबारा मत नजर आना मैदान में? Do you say something like that? What do you say?
अभी चल लॉकर रूम में मिलता हूँ मेरे तेरे को ऐसे.
Okay, great. Okay, at crucial matches, right? Has it ever happened that the linesman has given a wrong call to you, okay, against you? Has it ever happened that the linesman gives you a wrong call, and what has been your reaction?
It's happened many times. As a tennis player, whatever you hit, you think it's in, and whatever the opponent hits, you think it's the ball was out. So that's how it goes. So sometimes when these matches happen, yes, of course. I mean, it's part of the game. The ball is traveling so fast; it's hard for the umpires and the linesmen also. So there are times, which has happened. We've had a few bad calls. Both ways, I feel.
Fantastic, great, excellent. So tell me, has there been any funny incident or a funny story either during a match or post-match that you can narrate to us? Any funny incident that you can remember?
So I'll tell you, last year I was playing doubles with Dennis Shapovalov in Stuttgart, and we were playing against Kyrgios and Matt Reed in the quarterfinals, or in the semifinals, I think that was. And I was serving for the match 5-4, and in the changeover, Kyrgios was actually asking the referee what the score was, and really loudly, about 7 or 8 times, just to put me off before I served he's serving for the match. Then he came up to the net as well, and he said, "What's the score? Is it 5-4? He's serving for the match." So so this, I mean, it's just a fun banter on the court, but just trying to see if if I could get hustled or not. But then I was after that in the locker room, we were chatting about it and having a good laugh after the match. Luckily, I held serve and we won the match, so everything was fine.
So basically, we call such people ungli. Okay, people who want to do ungli. But it's okay.
Exactly.
It's in your
so
fine.
I just told him that I've been on a lot longer than he was. It was not. He should try it with a few younger players, maybe.
Okay, all right. Well, point well taken. Okay, we started this match, love all, I think, but you're beating me at every set right now, so which is good. Okay, taking this forward. Okay, you're India's highest-ranked men's doubles player. Okay, no questions about it. But who would you like playing with most, and who would be an ideal playing jodi for you?
I've enjoyed playing with Mahesh Bhupati. I've played a lot, with him on the tour. What really has helped is the fact that tennis, when you play with a partner, it's not only on the tennis court. You spend so much of time off the tennis court. So great camaraderie, great rapport with somebody makes a big difference. And, I think Mahesh is someone who I've always enjoyed great camaraderie with off the court. So when I played with him on the court, it made it really easy to communicate, and whether we won matches or lost matches, we would find it very. We would just say as it is what went wrong or what we did right, so that helped the partnership and really build the partnership better.
Okay, and with mixed doubles, you play mixed doubles as well, obviously. Who would be an ideal partner for your mixed doubles?
Definitely Sania Mirza. I mean, she's been somebody who's doing fantastically well for Indian tennis for such a long time, and I think I've had some great. Actually, not many people know that Sania was 14 years old and I was 21, and when we won our first mixed doubles Open title in New Delhi, and so she has been a fantastic partner for me. So I would definitely pick her.
Wow, brilliant. Okay, so तो आपने सिर्फ खुद नहीं खेला, अपने साथ एक बच्ची को भी खिला के उनके साथ भी एक स्टारडम बनाया, right? Very good,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
fantastic. It was a lovely jodi. Of course, all of us saw that and we enjoyed it. And that bachchi has gone on to become somebody really, really big now. Desh ki bachchi she has become, just like you. So, which is really awesome. But tell me this, okay? Internationally, okay, when you play matches with a lot of people, right? And you're not married, especially, back then when you were probably not married, right? Now you're married to Supriya, but yes, before you got married, do you fancy somebody from the tennis circuit?
Not at all.
You got to be very spontaneous on this answer.
Not at
No,
all, because you make sure
I
your
don't
work
just
your
Supriya.
work is
So
something
are
you
you
focus on.
true?
100%, nothing on the tennis court. Everything is outside tennis court because you focus. Tennis is your main place of workspace, so you stay everything related to your sport only.
Yeah. I know. Okay.
So,
Anyway, I'm gonna take
otherwise, otherwise I would have probably, if I would, went by that thought, I would probably been married to some tennis player. You see how I was kept myself completely away, and I'm,
you.
thankful
You
to be married to this lovely
don't have to
lady
justify
Supriya now.
now. You don't have to justify yourself now. Don't worry. Your match referee is at home. She's waiting for you to end this episode. She will ask you more details. Okay. You don't have to justify. Don't worry. She's not going to hold you back. Okay. It's of the past. We're going to leave it behind. Okay. Okay. So, but tell me this. Okay. Now you are a father. Now you're a father, right? Has fatherhood changed?
Yes, 100%. I mean, I think, I've been a lot more patient. I'm making sure it's not only about me here. The priorities change. It's about our daughter. Everything is revolves around her. So yes, there's a lot of learning from her, and it is the best feeling, as a father today. I mean, this pandemic crisis, which we're all going through, in a way, for me right now, spending time with her, can't ask for anything better than that. And be at home with the family. Tennis season is such a long season, so I'm really happy that to spend a lot of time with the family and especially my daughter.
Fantastic. But are you romantic at heart? Are you romantic?
Sorry, Riaz, I think we
Are
broke
you a
up there.
romantic?
Sorry,
Are you a romantic
fully,
person? Are you
fully,
romantic? What's the most
fully
romantic thing?
romantic person.
What's oh, okay, great. What's the most romantic thing you've done so far?
Well, I think maybe you should call my wife and ask that. I mean, how can I tell you what I have done? I mean, everything I do, I feel maybe it's romantic. So I mean, there are various levels of romantic.
That's something,
Get on
Jim.
my knees, get on my knees and propose to her. Get on my knees and propose to her.
Come on. You must have done far better romantic things than that. Okay, so something romantic, something. It doesn't have to be something really big. Something that you can share with us that you've done specifically for her, like a surprise that you did, or something you've done to make her day or her week, her year. Something that comes to your mind.
Actually, I planned this for her 30th birthday. I planned this major birthday party in Goa, which she didn't know, and I actually called all her friends out there. Only once we got to Goa, suddenly one by one, each of them started coming, and then she was, absolutely overwhelmed with that. And I think that is something, for me, went off very well and planned it well, and it went off without her knowing anything at all.
Wow, brilliant. Usually when sports stars do something, the world gets to know. But you kept it a secret operation and made sure that it got executed in grandeur. That is done itself calls for a huge round of applause. I think you're fantastic with that. Okay, you've got
Thanks.
a fancy hair, and I envy you. Okay, who's your stylist currently?
It's this latest salon which is just opened in Kurg. It's called Super Chop. It's I don't know if you want to try it out every time you come and cook. So for Supriya, her pet name is Super, and this is the not a crop. This is the chop she gave me. So she's opened a hair salon. So if you need one, we definitely have someone ready for that.
I really thought, I was really picturizing where in Coorg will I find Super Chop, okay? I really was thinking, and you had me there for a moment. And so after Super Chop, I think everybody wants to get a haircut now. I think she should look at this as a parallel profession. I think she's done a fantastic job. Okay, okay. Now that said, you're a man of many talents, I heard, okay? I want to know what else apart from tennis are you talented at? Okay, are you good at some of us can sing, some people can dance, some people can do mimicry, some people can do acting, some people can do anything else. What are you good at other than tennis?
I think brewing some coffee, making some different types of food. I have a keen interest of learning, and especially here, since I'm been at home, I'm learning a lot of things. From my mom, and refreshing my memory from the time I was in Coorg for the first 14 years of my life. So so getting to learn and cook a few things, I'm enjoying that.
Okay, of course, yeah. I've seen a couple of your videos, okay? I saw one of that video where you made some eclair, okay? And, you took us to the process of making an eclair, you baked it, then you cut the eclair, and you were like making the custard, and the custard was ready. You put the custard, then you put the chocolate sauce on it. And in the end, the icing on the whole process was your expression, the way you devoured that eclair, okay? That was the icing on the whole process, okay? Can you just repeat that for us? How did you enjoy that eclair? I want to hear you do that. Make it sound how you did it.
It's about taking the eclair, putting the chocolate sauce on it, and absolutely enjoying it, so it goes down thoroughly. That's the key. It's the divine moment of the eclair and chocolate.
No. I'm not letting you go that easy, okay? I know you put
I
it in
don't
your
have
mouth.
it with me. I don't have it with me with me. Otherwise, I would have happily done it. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Okay, here we have a tennis ball. The maximum. Here we go. This is your eclair. Let's put some hot chocolate sauce on it. I think you have some drool going there, Riaz.
Yes. I'm telling you, absolutely. I'm like licking it as well. But I want you to make that sound. That
And then you
sound.
go and then you take that bite. Mmm. Divine. That's all. See, it needed something for me to really get that feel out of there.
So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Okay, obviously you travel so much, Rohan. You travel so much around the world. So many countries, so many places. So when you're away traveling from your family, who you miss the most? Some of us miss, apart from our family, of course, we miss our pillow, our bed. We miss our own things that we are used to. So what is the most? What's one thing that you miss the most when you travel, apart from your family?
To be honest, my mom's home cooked food, because we are constantly eating in restaurants, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever it may be. I'm traveling, I'm eating that. So this lockdown, and we've been here almost over a month, and trust me, I'm not complaining at all. I'm really happy, enjoying it. There's no problem in social distancing in Coorg. Our closest neighbor is about 3 kilometers away. So there's no problem at all.
Lucky man, bro. Thanks for showing off. Thanks for not being so, guarded. You just showed off completely, which is good. Makes me jealous. My closest neighbor is just 3 feet away. Like when I get out of my door,
3 feet is what we have asked. Everybody's asked us to stay away. That's all you need.
yes, I'm even afraid of getting out of my door. That's how scared I am. Okay. Anyway, one thing that I miss the most when I'm traveling is
Yeah.
a faucet, a health faucet, a hand faucet, a health faucet. I don't know if you miss that. I don't know if you miss that when you're traveling.
No, I don't think I'm missing that around traveling. No.
No? Okay, so fine. Okay, so each their own. Okay, tell us something about your academy. Okay, you've opened up the RBTA, the Rohan Bopanna Tennis Academy, which is to nurture a lot of forthcoming talents from this country, because you've got to give back to the society. So you tell me more about RBTA now.
So the main idea was not only to nurture the kids and give them another place to train. It was to actually also to make them understand how much discipline and what the journey is kind of to get to become a professional athlete. There are, I feel by starting this, I can actually give them my examples of what I did right, what I did not do right, and the journey of, and I keep telling parents mainly is the fact that, it's a long process. Just because they are in my academy doesn't mean in 1 year they'll become champions. They have to also go by step by step, and right now we've opened an academy at the sports school in Kanakpura. It's a boarding, lodging, education. The education is a CBSE board run by the JN group of education from first standard all the way up to post graduation. We have 7 hard courts there. We have a full-fledged coaches who I've personally selected, and they are there. And when I am in Bangalore, I go there all the time and I hit with the kids. And also, I have another center in Yelanka for younger group of kids. And these are the 2 centers right now in Bangalore, and we're really focusing on to help kids start their journey and start it the right way. And that is the main focus actually.
Good luck with that. I'm sure. May there be many more RBTAs open across the country. May they come out some next Olympians from our country, from your institution, from your coaching. I'm going to wish you with that. But you know what? Quickly move into is something we call the Masti round, the rapid fire round. So I'm going to ask you questions right now, the rapid fire. You're not allowed to take beyond a second's time for you to think. You've got to be very spontaneous. Okay. There is no lack of doing here, but just a lot of wishes and accolades from people, because this is COVID times and I can't possibly hand over a hamper to you right now. But that said, okay, be ready for rapid fire questions. What is your swear word or your cuss word that you use when you or your teammate messes it up?
Shit.
Shit. Okay, great. 3 things that you can't live without.
My phone, my tennis racket, and my family.
Okay, great. Who would you have rather fancy to go out on a date if you were not married?
Megan Fox.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Your favorite match of your career?
Sorry?
Your favorite match of your career. What's your most favorite match of your entire career?
The Davis Cup 5th match, which I won against Brazil in 2010. It was the 5th singles rubber, and ended up taking India to the World Group stage after almost 12 years. So that is my favorite moment in my tennis career.
Wow. And there's a salute coming out to you. Thank you for doing that for us.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Who or what is your worst nightmare?
Not being able to play tennis for so long.
So actually, that would have been my next question. No, that would have been my next question. I was going to ask you, what do you fear losing?
Family.
Okay. So you came around good. Of course, all of us are afraid of losing our family. What's in your wallet currently?
Cards.
Just cards?
Just cards.
No photo, no nothing, no love letters.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. License, driver's license and the cards.
Okay. All right. So who do you look up? Who is your inspiration?
Stefan Edberg was always my inspiration, and I've been lucky enough to have met him a couple of times, and what I actually thought of him and how I looked up to him, it was exactly the way when I met him also. He was such a great guy, very humble person, and something which I always cherish to have met somebody like him.
Excellent. So you have a Japanese fan as well, Kento1649. Somebody all the way from Japan tuning in just to say hi to you. Okay, and all your lovely people who've been sending messages. Arigato. Okay, wanakko, namaskara. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I have a couple more other questions. What's your favorite movie dialogue?
Movie dialogue. I mean, there are too many. Not really, dialogues as it. But movies favorite, I think Sholay is one of my favorite movies.
Sholay. All right, great. Okay, so who do you like, Jay or Viru? Who do you like more out of the 2 guys?
I like Viru.
Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, me too. I love Viru. Out of the two guys,
Yeah,
I like Viru. So RB to RB, I think we're doing good.
perfect.
Okay,
Great.
if biopic, if there was a biopic made on you, which actor of today's times would you like to play your character or your role?
I don't know. You have to tell me which of the actors actually play tennis, because that will definitely help. I mean, you can't just. I don't think you can just come and try and make a movie on tennis, because it's not easy. So there has to be somebody who have played the sport a little bit, and definitely if there is somebody like that there, why not?
Fair enough, fair enough. But I think there are actors who who could go through that
I
length
think
of
I think
journey because
I think as far as I know Amir Khan plays tennis.
okay, so
So
you say Amir.
so maybe,
Okay.
yeah, maybe him. Yeah.
My pick for you would be maybe three guys. Okay, I could be
Uh-huh.
right or wrong. It could be my first pick always is going to be Ranveer Singh. Okay.
Okay.
Second, it could be Shahid Kapoor. Okay,
Okay.
and third is Vijay Deverakonda.
All
Okay.
right. That's good choices. And
So
you need somebody who's about 6'3" as well.
oh yeah, so that then I don't know how it's going to go. That way, yes, of course, yes. Okay, so that brings us to the close of the rapid fire round. I think I should give you a huge round of applause to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
I
you
think
so much,
everybody out.
guys. Thank you for having me.
If you like the way Rohan has answered the rapid fire, you've got to show some thumbs up, show some love to him right now, because that's the only way I get to see how good Rohan was with his rapid fire. I think it was to keep it fair. I think he was extremely good. So there we see the thumbs up started to pour in. Everybody out there sending their thumbs up, which means you're good. If he was not good, he can even show a thumbs down.
Uh,
I don't think
did,
there's going to be anybody who's going to show good,
did
really.
you get any interesting questions out there?
So we're going to have a Q&A now, and we're going to open it up for Q&A now. Now's the time for the Q&A. So, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the applauses and everything, your suggestions and everything, now's the time for you to open up for Q&A, because we don't have much of a time with Rohan, his busy schedule. So I want you to open yourself up to questions that you want to ask, any kind of questions that you want to pose at Rohan. Now's the time. Somebody's complimenting you, saying your tennis play is awesome. Somebody says, well, you were really good. Somebody said, from Shamir, myself. Who's that? Okay.
I see
Okay.
somebody says that I need to get a mustache, but I don't think that's happening.
People who appreciated you. How to make my husband to make an eclair for me? Who's that? That's my wife. Come on. She's such a cheater, right? From the other
There you
room.
go. There, yes,
Before,
you're making the eclairs tonight.
I think I'm becoming an eclair myself tonight. Okay, maybe
Well, make sure
too
you
much.
Google a few recipes soon.
Yeah. Okay, somebody asked which Bollywood song would you like to dance with your wife for? To which Bollywood
Dil Chahta
song?
Hai.
Dil
Dil
Chahta Hai?
Chahta Hai.
Okay. Okay, somebody else asked the question. Somebody called Just Rupa asked this question. How is India looking at the singles tennis game going forward?
Well, one of the reasons I have the academy is to really make that a good platform, and hopefully build for a good future in the future of tennis.
Great. Okay. What is the secret of your fitness?
Eat healthy,
Eat healthy. Okay.
not the
Somebody
eclairs,
asked
not the eclairs.
the eclairs. Yeah. Okay. Somebody called City7307 asked, Rohan, who's your strength and conditioning coach?
Gaurang Shukla, he's from Mumbai.
Oh, excellent. Okay. How did you start? How did you start? Where did you train in your younger years? Niti Punacha
Uh,
Aparna.
I started in Coorg, and then in Pune, and then finally in Bangalore. So that's how my journey went on.
Okay. Please come to Japan next time. Somebody wants you very badly in Japan, bro.
I'm there for the Olympics in 2021.
Okay. Your words for today's crisis and how sports gonna come up, how sports is gonna cope up in these times.
I think if we all get together and really fight this together, everything will come up, and not only sport. That's the idea, is to all of us, make sure we do it. We are doing the right thing, and the best part about, I feel, if we all maintain, is a routine. On a day-to-day basis. I think that's where we'll make a big difference.
So mbjinternational.school, okay, they want to know how many hours do you train each day. ನೀವು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಟೂರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 4 ಗಂಟೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್. ಇವಾಗ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 1 hour only.
Your message for humanity. Somebody wants to know your message for humanity. Okay, that's Samira asking that question.
Stay safe and let's all work together and make sure we follow all the rules.
Fantastic, that's a good one. Okay, somebody says Vicky Kaushal for your biopic is the right person. Vicky Kaushal, he's tall as well. So, yeah. So
let's call him and ask him if he plays tennis.
Yeah, hopefully we can do that. And I think this is a time when you want to write a biopic on you, huh? Make some money, bro. Okay? Sakab's asking a question. Any words for the young upcoming talents to cope in these times? I think he's asking.
The idea is to read a lot and watch a lot of your idols' matches, and so that not only watch the matches, watch how they move and their feet on how they're moving and getting to each point. And that is something I always enforce. Is a lot of people just watch the score of the matches, but you need to watch on how these athletes are moving on court and how flexible and their agility is. That's when you learn the best.
Junaid asks, if not tennis, then what else, sir?
Definitely some sport. I mean, like I said, before in my school, I always played some sport, outdoor sport. So I would have definitely been someone who would have kept trying my level best in some other sport for sure.
Okay, somebody else said Aditya Roy Kapoor could be a nice pick for your biopic for you. So that's also another option. Huh? By the way, a very romantic guy, just like you. Okay.
As a biopic, there's nothing to be romantic.
Yeah, but you know how Bollywood movie sells without a little bit of a romance in that. We'll fit in a Supriya area. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So no. Tell me this. Okay. What are your plans in life generally in future? What is your retirement plan? Once you retire, what is your retired life going to look like?
So another big hobby of mine is to get our Indian coffee all over the world. I really feel we have fantastic coffee here in India. But whenever I travel all over the world, unfortunately, I don't see that. So, I'm trying to build a platform maybe where we can, take Indian coffee, to the world and really showcase what, our South Indian filter coffee is all about. Apart from, of course, focusing on my academy and, trying to develop tennis.
You have a captive audience, I'll tell you something. Just do it, start from now only. When you go play a match, anywhere you travel, carry these samples of different packets of coffees, different brews of coffees and distribute it in the stadium. Put some 10 boys over there, say product sampling.
There are players already who have had it. The players have already had it. They love it. They keep asking for more. So unfortunately, I have to decide whether I have to pack my clothes or should I pack more coffee when I travel.
Yeah, that can be there. Okay. Tell me, somebody wanted to know, can they start at 16 and still become like a big tennis star? Kanishk, I think, wanted to know.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. I feel they can, but they have to put double the work than somebody at 16 who has already started 5-6 years before them.
Okay, good. Fair enough. Okay, what's your favorite brew of your coffee? I saw you make
filter coffee. Filter coffee. I made a cold brew coffee the other day, but filter coffee is something which I always love. And I actually carry the South Indian filter with me whenever I travel.
Oh, super. Full master plan. Man with a master plan. When you travel, you carry the...
That's why the coffee is called the master blend.
Yeah, master blend. Okay, great. Very good. Okay, so you're carrying your sister's recipe for eclairs, carrying your filter coffee, you're carrying your mama's recipes. Do you also cook when you go? When you travel for a long time, obviously you go with some Indian contingent. No, you don't do any of those.
I just go to the great restaurants and eat the lovely food. There's no time for no time to cook at the hotel rooms.
Nancy, a good friend of mine, Nancy, is asking right now, what about Dalgona coffee? Right now, there's that whole Instagram phenomenon, internet dalgona coffee. Some shit somebody made became famous world over. Yeah, what do you have to say about dalgona?
It's been there forever. It's just that right now everybody's under lockdown. Everybody's watching the video. It looks beautiful when when the milk and the coffee and everything is there. So that's why it's really picked up. I mean,
Oh,
if you
okay, all
like
right.
really sweet coffee, if you really like sweet coffee, it's something you can try.
There's a lot of froth in it, froth and some layers or
Uh,
something.
exactly. The coffee is basically whipped, so then it becomes much thicker and creamier.
So I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm a teetotaler. No coffee, no chai, nothing, no booze, nothing. Right. So, but I keep tab of what's really happening, and I saw those pictures. I mean, it was people go through that extreme lengths of making something exclusive, and then make it a phenomenon, and it becomes a phenomenon. I don't know how that works, but
So
good.
next time I'm in Bangalore, let's go for a cup of coffee. Maybe who knows, you might just like it. Let's give you the authentic, pure, good, 100% Arabica coffee, and who knows, maybe you like it.
Done, done. I think that's an offer I can't let pass, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to grab that with both my hands, and it's going to be a coffee date between me and RB to RB and my family as well. I also have a baby. We'll have a play date with the babies. Maybe we can do that. Um,
Fantastic. All the very best. That's great.
Great. All right. Guys, we have a lot of questions coming out from you, a lot of shout outs, but we don't have much of a time right now. So we've got to let Rohan Bopanna go back to what he was busy doing because he's got a lot of other webinars, a lot of other calls to attend as well. But parting words, if we have something to say to you from on behalf of the audience, we would like to tell you that you are absolutely fabulous. India's proud of you. And we've always been proud of our indigenous stars who, on their own grit, on their own determination, have gone to an international level, made the country proud. Because at these international platforms, when we see our tricolor, our flag being hoisted, it is people like you who make us proud. Thanks to people
Thank,
like you that we get to see our flag being hoisted. So a big thanks to you. It comes from at the bottom of our hearts to you. My audiences were fabulous. They, I'm sure, agree with what I'm saying. So keep the flag flying high. Keep also spreading good tennis coaching everywhere, so we get more people like you, more prodigies like you come out. And if there's any parting message from you that you would like to give out to people here, to the fabulous audiences, and a shout out at Fabulous at 14, you can go ahead and do that.
First of all, Riaz, thank you so much, for having me. The best part is the detailing on your sweatshirt, which I loved, which was fantastic. But going back, whatever said and done, whoever's there watching, thank you so much for being here today, and for all the young tennis players out there, who are all those young players coming up, wanting to be professionals. The first and foremost thing is to make sure you all believe in yourself. Everybody around you will support you and encourage you, but you need to believe in yourself to become a champion. So all the very best. Riaz, thank you so much once again for having me. It was fantastic talking to you.
You know what, guys? Let's also give a big shout out to his sports and talent management team, Meraki. I think they're a fantastic set of people who were so seamless, who were so smooth in my introduction with them. And big shout out to Sharma and the entire team from Meraki. I think you guys are absolutely awesome. And big shout out once again to Imaginations team that is jointly producing this with Team RB, Imaginations Inc., Tony Stephen and the entire team at Imaginations Inc., one of the best experiential event marketing agencies. And also the people who are ably supporting this whole campaign is Exor Digital, the digital and analytics team behind this. And also big shout out going for this episode specifically to Concept Homes and Offices, they're based out of Cunningham Road, the young set of entrepreneurs who've taken a legacy of executive chambers. They've got lovely business center, and at the same time they're also into good construction. Check them out. They're in the middle of Cunningham Road, bang opposite Coffee Day. And thank you so much to all you guys, my fabulous audiences who've joined us here for this Insta Live. Please share this once this ends. And thank you, Rohan, very much once again. And God bless you, Supriya, little baby, and your entire family and your team as well. Have a good one at Coor and take good care of yourself.
Thank you, Riaz. Thank you, my team Meraki. Thank you, Sharma. Bye-bye.